Yeah, Islam fam, peace and love. Got a question yesterday and had to do a video on it because it wouldn't be justice for me to answer this to that brother the way he asked it, and also I would have needed to have a phone conversation for him to really break it down. But the brother asked, why is it most of the NOI is against speaking on nationality, talking about the key to decolonization, so why Farrakhan and others so against speaking on it? And I heard Moore speak on this a long time ago and bring this up, and it made perfect sense. Um, and I did a little research into the story, so I want to bring that to everyone. Um, Basically, how the U.S. blocked $1 billion gift from Gaddafi to Farrakhan in '96. What a lot of people don't know is that, well, about this story, even though it was in most of our lifetimes, it didn't um, make huge news unless you were in the community. And if you were like me and young at the time, your parents may have missed out on breaking down what really happened. But um, basically, what happened, um, Gaddafi was trying to give Farrakhan $1 billion for our people over here. And y'all can go back and read this story, research it. It's not real hard to find. Um, But look, the Clinton administration denied Louis Farrakhan the right to receive the money donated. So it was Clinton and them. This was back in '96. They was trying to say terrorists this and blah blah blah. And if y'all are astute with history, you recently remember what happened to our brother Gaddafi out there for trying to basically go back on the gold standard. Um, it's not too deep, this story, but the back end, um, that I would have to get a little bit more information on is really, um, it's a more story that I've heard being told basically. And the thing was, the Moor said, you know, because I'm not gonna claim this to be my own story, but basically that uh, at the time of this, you know, Farrakhan actually went out there to see Gaddafi and the people. So it wasn't just, like a phone conversation. And not only was he trying to give him $1 billion to help our people, um, but when Farrakhan was denied, what they basically did, from my understanding of the story from the Moors, is that they didn't allow Farrakhan back into the country. And what happened was he had to nationalize or naturalize. I'm not gonna go into what the difference is and what the proper thing is to do, um, in this video at least. Uh, but I want to say he naturalized through a temple in Boston, like number 13 or something like that. But don't quote me on that, people. Um, so Farrakhan had to become a Moorish American and naturalized through a temple to get back into the country. But I believe also there was a non-disclosure order or something of such because, um, he never mentioned anything of such afterward. And it's very interesting in particular because, um, for everything that I do, I've actually bumped into certain Moors that are part of the Nation of Islam. And what I can tell you is that there are some of them that actually know that they're Moors. I have helped them with their paperwork. Some very famous people in the Nation of Islam. So there are certain ones that I'm sure know what's going on, but due to what happened back in '96, you can understand why um, Farrakhan, himself might have reason, even though he knows the truth, to not necessarily put it out there because of the amount of power that was flexed on him personally, and it might be a reason, that he's even over here is to make sure that never happens or nothing like that during his time. And I can't say, or he could have got back and just chilled all the way out and said, look man, I ain't gonna try and go too far against the grain. um, you know but in the end of the day, what I can prove is that they tried to give our people $1 billion over here, you know, uh, to the Nation of Islam leader Farrakhan at the time, who's the current leader, and you know, it never made it. You know, as you can go back and read on this article, it never got here. But um, I believe that is one of the biggest reasons, particularly uh, um, that we don't hear the nationality talk from the Nation of Islam. Um, that was relatively early in their inception, and you know, just like with the temple, once infiltration hits, things are never the same. You know, and with that, I'm gonna leave it. People, Islam.